Hello everybody, thank you for looking at my YouTube page. I'm well known as Murphyv310 on various vintage forums and have been enjoying this hobby for a number of years. Started when I was very young. When I was about 10 years old I started dabbling around, eventually became a television engineer, and since then have built up what I have at the moment. Don't have a lot of room, so this is really the maximum as to what I can have. Now, starting from this side, we have a Pi V4 from 1953. This set is very revolutionary at its time, as it had flywheel sync, AGC, black level clamp, and was far more sophisticated than any of the other sets at the time. To its left is a little Sony TV 990, and below it is a big Echo 21 inch. Unfortunately, at the moment it needs a bit of work, so it's not working today. Here we have a Murphyv310's. This is a 21 inch screen and it dates from about 1958. Set has got very good picture, nice tube, nice and contrasty, and very sharp too. Next to it, of course, is the famous V310's, which I've had for about 8 years now. Set has been totally reliable, never had any problems with it, and displays a superb picture. Next to this is a Murphyv310's. This set dates from 1959, has a fault, I'm afraid. Works on radio brilliantly, incidentally, but it needs a set of scan coils to complete. Next to this is a Bush TV76. This set also dates from about 1958 and again produces a very clear picture and is in extremely good condition. On the floor is a ubiquitous TV22. Everybody seems to want one of these. Once upon a time they went for big money, but these days, well, 50–60 pounds if you're lucky. But a good little set and a good starting set. Simple to repair, easy to work on, parts are still fairly easily obtainable, and certainly one that I would definitely say to somebody, if this is what they want to start out with one of these or a TV24, which is a 12 inch big brother. Now, moving further up onto the rather untidy bench, we have the scope and a pattern generator. Above that we have some more test equipment, Lafayette radio, power supply, test speakers, a Scanti R6000 radio and a Kodar CR66. Below that we've got connections for 12 volts and a couple of Auroras sitting there. Again, a bit untidy, could do with getting it sorted out. We have a stock of tapes and discs for testing, a meter for monitoring my 12 volt supply, which I use for quite a number of things. Now, onto the floor again, beside the Bush, we have the Murphy MR756 British relay receiver that I got this year, and beside that a Betacam video. Very useful, very good quality, and of course we've been able to record some of the switch offs from the local transmitters, including the CFAX or Oracle. Now, moving around, obviously this on the bench we have this HMV 900 that belongs to Mike. Needs a lot of work. We're getting on a bit slowly due to work constraints. As you can see, there's quite a number of components hanging, wires cut, bits and pieces, and of course what was happening with the set, a lot of the work had been done previously with more modern components rather than pre-war components, so unfortunately we don't have anything to use for restuffing, but we're getting on with it, slowly but surely. There's the computer, and of course it's displaying the forum, which we all go on to, don't we? Here's some spare parts, valves, resistors, odds and ends, more stuff in behind this set here, more components down there. Now, we also have a nice Echo from 1959. This set, when I got it, had a really bad tube, virtually nothing seen on the screen at all once we got it going, but I was lucky enough to obtain a brand new CME 1705, and look at the picture now, absolutely superb. Below that is a Bush TV128. This set will be going to my daughter soon. She's very keen to have it. I've still got some work to do on it. The tube's been boosted, so it'll get a new tube. Under all that is Mike's 12 inch tube for his pre-war set. carefully covered up and hidden away from damage. There's some spare parts and a few radios, Murphyv310's 146, a fuller tone from 1938. Unfortunately we've had some problems with water coming in the shed, so the echo here has been covered up with a bit of carpet just to keep all the dampness away. Below that, one or two other radios and a Thorn 981 chassis TV. And here we have the Decker 1000, which is really good. It only gets run maybe twice a year, but every time it goes on it's absolutely perfect, runs beautifully. And there's a Murphy310's. Yeah, it's not plugged in at the moment, so obviously I can't show you it working. And here we have another couple of radios. A Philips on the left was found at the local dump, and this nice superinductance I got from David Boynes, which is a cracking set, works really beautifully, superb sound quality and pin sharp tuning. So there we are. You have a quick insight into the shed and all the stuff that lies about, odds and ends, and spanners, speakers, roof area that's needing to get some more work done on it, some dexing across there for strength. So this is it. This is where I spend a lot of my time, and tidying up. I have to tidy up a lot because I make an awful mess. Anyway, thanks very much for looking. Bye.